Just Purely Things is at it again with a new and ridiculous claim. Ironically enough, she's claiming that Brittany Venti made a hit piece on a child while she's using that same child to make a hit piece on Brittany. It all started when Brittany made a video about grifter Andrew Wilson and Andrew's wife Rachel, who spouts the same nonsense that Andrew himself does, which is the outright hatred of women. Brittany's video was about how Andrew and Rachel LARP as tradcon, traditional conservative Christians, while they themselves don't fit the criteria and live a hypocritical life. Brittany cited their poor parenting and multiple marriages as evidence for this. For instance, Andrew's wife Rachel frequently attacks single mothers while she herself was a single mother for years. Rachel attacks women for their promiscuity while Rachel herself has 5 different children from 3 different fathers, etc. Brittany provides proof of all of this while also diving into the poor parenting that these two have exhibited with their children. For example, Rachel pimped out her barely legal 18-year-old daughter to a bunch of men on Twitter to take, bragging that her teenager was a virgin, hoping that selling point would get these men to take an interest in her daughter. Brittany proved that Rachel's daughter later came out and said that she felt pressured to be with these men because of her parents.
So I looked into it, and it turns out that her daughter spoke on this relationship on her TikTok a while back. So this is from Rachel's daughter's TikTok, and it says, "Me, when I remember, I really almost married a 27-year-old man from New York that I only met 3 times because my parents wanted me to." So now we know that Sloppy not only pimped out her daughter to a bunch of creepy cultist men on Twitter, but also this man was 27 years old, almost 10 years her senior, and it's captioned at the bottom, "I was freshly 18. She didn't even have a chance to be an adult.
Another point of poor parenting that Brittany pointed out was that Rachel's son was in a tragic accident due to her neglectful parenting in a situation where Rachel's 10-year-old son left the house to go hang out with a 14-year-old teenage boy. A situation that ended tragically for the 10-year-old. Brittany mentioned this briefly while going over how neglectful Andrew and Rachel were as parents.
Story gets more interesting when she marries her first husband, baby daddy number 2, who she has a child with that ends up passing away in a very tragic accident that in turn makes Sloppy look like an extremely irresponsible parent. There's a couple of news articles on this if you guys would like to read it for yourselves.
Andrew Wilson and Just Purely Things then took those seconds worth of content out of a nearly 19-minute video to claim that the entire video was about this 10-year-old son of Rachel's. Both claiming that Brittany attacked the child when in fact Brittany attacked the parenting of this child as well as the 4 others that Rachel and Andrew raised. The truth is that the majority of the video was about Rachel selling her daughter's virginity to strange men on Twitter in an effort to get one of them to date her.
But it's actually not that surprising when you consider the fact that she pimped out her virginal daughter, that she bragged about having a 0 body count to a bunch of creepy men on the internet, on Twitter of all places.
It's clear that what Pearl is trying to do is use the tragedy of the child as a weapon against Brittany to deflect from the actual point of the video. By pretending that Brittany was attacking the child himself, she's attempting to get Brittany canceled so that the truth of the video is overlooked and buried so that Pearl's allies can continue to grift the public.